Well, good morning. Good morning, hog drivers. Alright, hey, we're back. We have the A-10. It's a beautiful, glorious day. Got a good wind going down my little runway here. Runway, you know, whatever it is. 1-3 or 1-2 or whatever it is. Anyways, alright. Runway Fort Bliss, okay? Hey, we're gonna put the wheels on this thing, okay? I'm gonna show you from pretty much start to finish here what we got going on. Okay, there's that hub I was telling you about. That little sticker was put on wrong. This one's even worse. Look at it. Woo, woo, woo. It really, hope you can see that. Anyways, it looks really bad. It really does. This thing is cheesy. Okay, the landing gear anyways. I love this plane, man. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the landing gear on. I'm showing you. I'm putting the gear on. Okay, so it just snaps right in. Okay, there's that one. Let's go ahead and snap this one in. Okay, by the way, the plane comes with the gear in. I took it out because I did. Okay, there it goes. It snaps in. Okay, because I'm gonna fly this thing as a belly lander, but I've had folks, and then you just push this thing in, and Horizon says to make sure that the nose gear is forward. It's angled forward, so I made sure that I put it in forward. Okay. All right. Yeah, it does seem a little wonky, but that's okay. But I've had people asking about, hey, can you look at that hub? Whoa, 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 whoa. Anyway, I've had people asking about, hey, can you shoot a video with the gear? So it's like, okay. So we're gonna put the battery in. I'm not gonna adjust it that I have the gear in now. I'm just gonna put it in kind of where I had it. And we're going to go from there. Hopefully you can see this whole procedure, and if not, then I apologize. I line it up right on the steering servo arm is what I do. We have a decent breeze going, but not much. Okay, so we've got the box powered up. Okay, we're holding her steady. No initialization yet. Huh. Alright, let's try this again. Power off the box. Power the box back on. I get away from the box this time. Maybe that's what it is. We'll see. I know it is that way for binding sometimes, so we'll see. Okay. Power the little guy back on. Ah, that sounds better. Ah, okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, the battery ain't going nowhere. Is the battery going to be going anywhere? Nope. It's Velcroed in there. Alright. Got this little guy in there. Okay. Put the balance lead there. Alright. Okay. Alright. Everything looks straight. Look at that. Alright. Whoa. Yeah, that nose gear. See the nose gear kind of already bending? Yeah, that's kind of wonky. Yeah, there's almost no... There was a guy in Vegas that was saying that there's almost no steering rigidity out of that. That could be an issue, huh? What do you think, kiddies? What do you think? And I've got a little bit of a cross. Well, I got a quartering wind. I've got a wind, so it's coming this way. Okay, that'd be a quartering wind, right? As opposed to a direct 90-degree cross. I got about a 45-degree cross coming out of essentially the southwest. The southwest is over there. This is almost due west. Interesting. Well, we're gonna give her a whirl here. Look at that thing bending. Wow. That's cheesy, Horizon. Come on, guys. I know you needed to make it light, but okay, all right. Well, that just makes my mind up. I'm flying her as a belly lander. I mean, you know, I like the way it flew as a belly lander anyways. Look at that little rock. That rock could spell doom for this thing. Got FOD. FOD. By the way, Army. Go Army. Huh? Go Army, beat Navy. Huh? All right. Anyway. All right, let's do this. Start timer. All right, she broke off. And, yeah, she's doing okay. I'm trying to keep her out of the sun. You know, this thing's just got way too much power. It really does. Okay, so even with the landing gear on it, it's flying really good. I mean, I'm down to 40% throttle right now. I really am. I'm down to 40% throttle. Man, this thing is a blast. So, whoever designed this thing, whoever you are, you did a good job. Okay, but the landing gear is definitely kind of wonky. All right, let's go ahead. All right, let's go ahead. Let's set her up for a touch and go here. Maybe not. All right. Boy, this thing carries. I'll tell you. One of the things you definitely wanna be careful of is this thing carries. I'm not even playing with you. I mean, it really, really does. So we'll do the little carrier landing I like to do at Nellis. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Once it gets into ground effect, it carries so much. You've really got to start your approach way out on the landing gear. You really do. So, all right, let's try that again. That one went kind of long, and so there we are. So we slip her in just like they do at Nellis. Whoa. All right. Little bouncy on that one. Okay. It's all right. Wow. Look at, you see how it buckled, okay? It buckled. Yeah, and it's very skittery. I mean, the slightest little input, and I've got 30% on dialed in expo on the rudders. It's just that thing is just too wonky. Look at it. Now it's pushing it, and it's not even biting. So look, see it? See it? Okay. So this is a very objective review. Now, wow. Yeah, it's very skittery. So there's a gentleman on one of the threads on RC Groups who was complaining, you know, and one of the few guys was actually complaining instead of gushing about this thing. I'm still going to gush about it because I'm going to fly mine as a belly lander. I'm just doing this with the gear on as a request video. Really, it's all I'm doing. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to fly mine as a belly lander, and what I'm going to do is a gentleman recommended cutting, like, you know, a quarter or whatever of the wheels off, and then gluing them on, where they would be. I hope you can see this, but there's a gentleman on one of the threads recommended cutting off part of the wheel and then gluing them on where they would normally retract, and then just flying as a belly lander, because this part up here is plastic. This is plastic. The gun, the 30 millimeter GAU 8 is plastic in the nose cone. And then this, although it's not plastic, it's such a fine bead foam that it almost feels like plastic. Really, really nice here, right? So, and then of course this is your standard, you know, what, EPS foam, I guess this thing is? Anyway, I'm going to glue those little wheels on right there. I'm going to pop all this other, you know, the other landing gear off. And this is plastic too. And of course these reinforcements, which hopefully you can see right here. Those are reinforcements. So, yeah, so I'm going to glue those on, and she's just going to be a park, my park-sized cast platform. All right. Let's let's go ahead and do one more circuit here, and then and we'll call it a wrap. Okay. Yeah. This is not exactly the world. Okay. I was gonna say this isn't exactly the world's smoothest, runway. But I'll tell you this. This is archetypical, or very, very typical of what you'd see at any model airplane field. Really. I mean, this is just your standard data, tarmac or tar. Wow. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't flown it off of dirt, and I probably won't, at least not with the landing gear, because I really don't like the landing gear right now. I'm telling you, I don't like it. but I'm gonna. I would imagine that flying off dirt might. I don't even want to venture to guess if it would be any worse or any better. Maybe somebody else can do this. But anyways, yeah. So I don't like it. The gear definitely needs to be stiffened up. So for the gentleman who actually asked for this, there you go. It's gonna be kind of hard for me, I think, to get you that nose high landing, because this gear's a little. It's I don't know. I think you would need like something like a little bit stiffer landing gear to do that. Anyways, let's go ahead and put her up one more time here. See if I can get her up without bonking into a curb. There we go. All right, she takes off towards the Franklin Mountains. And plenty of power. This is by the way, this is the recommended E-flite 30C 800 milliamp battery. And let's see how she loops with the gear on. Let's see how she loops with the gear on. She does okay. All right, I'm getting the loops down a little bit. I think I'm I'm kind of. I haven't dialed up. I didn't. Okay, one of the things I want to do, I want to put like maybe 35 or 40 into the elevator. Right now I've got 30, but oh, that was crummy. We got to do that one again. We'll do a nice scale takeoff there. Yeah, I kind of flopped her on that one. Let's go ahead and redeem myself here. As my buddy Brian likes to say, warts and all. Warts and all. All right. Let's go ahead and try this one again real quick here. Set up a nice little approach. All right, we're off the throttle here for the most part. We're down to about maybe 30%. And yeah, she just carries, man. Well, that was a good one. There we go. Redeem myself. Redeem myself. All right. Okay. So warts and all. Yeah. Yeah. She. If you carry a little bit of throttle, I'm finding out. She really comes on in nicely. But the slightest little bit of wind, she'll want to carry. Okay. All right, there you go. Okay, so you can see the gear buckling. I got some FOD. Got a bobby pin. Got a bobby pin. Okay. Okay, so there we are. Timer cleared. So overall impressions with the nose gear, or with the landing gear, really. I don't like it. Don't like it. And didn't scuff anything on that little. It just looked ugly. That landing just looked ugly. But overall, she's great. Yeah. Okay. So that next to last landing looked pretty ugly, but no harm, no foul. So cool. Okay. So impressions with the gear doesn't really affect it with regards to the power. It really, I mean, you can look at it. It's just sitting there. It's even sitting there kind of wonky. It's just the nose gear is probably too light for this application. Now I understand and appreciate that they're trying to keep the overall weight of the aircraft light. So I got that, and that's one of the reasons probably why they made it like that. Things I don't like about the landing gear. Okay, too wonky, too thin, I think, of gauge of wire that was used. Just my personal, take on it. Someone else may like it. The designer maybe he'll have words to say about that. I suspect it was to keep the overall weight down, and maybe to give it some give on those less than perfect landings, as I so ably demonstrated on second to last one. Of course, you'll notice that last one though was greased perfectly, right? Anyway, and I don't like the hubs. I don't like those little hub stickers. I know you think, well, that's just so minor, and it is. It really is, because overall, the rest of the plane with the no step on the slats that come out, and all of that for low altitude work. Those slats that come out, or for the low speed work, the no step along the ailerons and all that. The fueling points of the ground crews, they did a really good job, on the markings on this thing. They really did. They really, really did. So in any event, it's got plenty of power, though. Even with the landing gear doesn't affect it at all, in my opinion. You saw, when I was taking off, I was giving it all she's got, and she was still taking off, and I don't know, whatever that was, 50 feet or so, I suppose. That's on a freshly charged 30C E-flite 800 milliamp battery. So there you go. So thanks for the request. There we go. We're able to look at this thing, in an unbiased way, and there it is. So hey, I'm keeping it real. I love this thing. I really, really do. I think E-flite knocked it out of the park with this. But I'm going to keep flying it as a belly lander. This will be a dedicated belly lander. and I'll post up a real short video once I get those little tires. I'm going to cut them, use a number 11 X-Acto or something. Anyways, I'm going to cut them so just the nub of that tire is showing, and I'll glue them underneath those wheel sponsons there, those little fairings where the landing gear retracts up into. All right, hey, I hope you enjoyed this real quick flight. Thanks for spending Sunday morning with me out here at Fort Bliss, Texas. Thanks for watching. Happy landings all, and cheers.